Welcome to Kingdom Treasures, where we delve deep into the mysteries and treasures of the Bible. Today, we're tackling one of the most intriguing questions in biblical history. Where did Cain get his wife? This question has puzzled scholars and believers alike for centuries, and it raises significant curiosity about the early days of humanity as described in the Bible. In this video, we will explore the background of Cain, his actions, and the significant events that led to this mystery. We'll examine various biblical texts and theories that attempt to answer this age-old question. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of the different perspectives on where Cain found his wife. To understand where Cain might have found his wife, we need to first look at his background. According to the Bible, Cain was one of the sons of Adam and Eve, the first humans created by God. Cain is perhaps best known for committing the first murder by killing his brother Abel out of jealousy. This notorious act of fratricide stemmed from deep-seated envy and resentment. Cain's offering was rejected by God, while Abel's was accepted, leading to a spiral of negative emotions culminating in his drastic decision to take Abel's life. This act of murder led to severe consequences for Cain. After killing Abel, God banished Cain from his family and sent him to wander in the land of Nod, which is located east of Eden. This banishment marked a significant turning point in Cain's life and set the stage for the mystery we're exploring today. In being banished to the land of Nod, Cain was essentially expelled from the central locus of early human life and forced into a form of exile. This harsh punishment served both as a direct consequence of his actions and as a preventive measure to ensure such a tragic event would not easily repeat itself within the family unit. The land of Nod, where Cain was sent, has always intrigued scholars and readers of the Bible. The name Nod itself implies wandering or homelessness, symbolizing Cain's restless and perpetually unsettled state. As he left Eden, Cain's interactions would have been limited to those who were outside the immediate family circle of Adam and Eve, propelling us to question the origin of his future relationships, and specifically, his wife. Thus, understanding Cain's background, his family roots, the grievous act he committed, and his subsequent banishment to the land of Nod, provides us with a foundational perspective. As we delve deeper into the narrative, we need to consider these pivotal moments that shaped Cain's destiny and the broader implications they have for uncovering the identity of his wife. The Bible then tells us that while in the land of Nod, Cain made love to his wife, and they had a son named Enoch, Genesis 4:17. However, the identity of Cain's wife is not explicitly mentioned in the Bible. This omission has led to much speculation and debate over the years. So, where did Cain find his wife in a world that seemed to have no other humans? The question of where Cain found his wife raises several intriguing possibilities. How could Cain find a wife in a seemingly unpopulated world? To address this mystery, scholars have proposed two main theories regarding the origin of Cain's wife. The first theory suggests that Cain married one of his sisters, or a close relative. According to this view, Adam and Eve had many children besides Cain and Abel, although the Bible does not provide specific names for these daughters. This theory is based on their direct descent from Adam and Eve, who are considered the progenitors of all humanity. Given that Adam lived for 930 years, Genesis 5:5, and had other sons and daughters, Genesis 5:4, it's plausible that there were enough descendants within a few generations for intermarriage among siblings or close relatives. In the early days of humanity, marriage within the family was not prohibited by God, allowing human populations to grow rapidly. The second theory proposes that God might have created additional groups of people apart from Adam and Eve. However, this idea contradicts Genesis 3:20, where Eve is referred to as the mother of all living. The Bible provides little information about Adam and Eve's daughters, leaving room for speculation regarding Cain's wife. However, it's reasonable to infer that they had multiple children who could have intermarried. The sparse details in the scriptures about Adam and Eve's progeny necessitate a closer examination of the context and cultural norms during the early biblical times. According to the Bible, Adam and Eve are the progenitors of the entire human race, which suggests they must have had a significant number of offspring. Genesis 5:4 notes that Adam had other sons and daughters, although it doesn't specify the exact number or their names. This lack of specificity allows for the reasonable conjecture that one of these daughters could have become Cain's wife. Furthermore, the concept of siblings intermarrying would not have carried the same connotations or genetic concerns as it might today. In a time when humanity was just beginning, these unions would have been necessary to propagate the human species. It can be inferred that Cain's wife was one of his sisters or perhaps a niece, stemming from Adam and Eve's lineage. Ancient texts and traditions outside the Bible also hint at a plethora of children that Adam and Eve may have had. For instance, the Book of Jubilees, an ancient Jewish religious work, suggests that Adam and Eve had 9 sons and daughters after Cain and Abel. While this particular book is not considered canonical by most major denominations, it does offer a perspective that complements the biblical narrative, illustrating a family large enough to support the intermarriage necessary for early population growth. Thus, while the Bible is not explicit about the identities of all of Adam and Eve's children, it is plausible within the scriptural and historical context to conclude that Cain's wife was one of his many sisters or relatives, making it possible for the human race to flourish. Considering the timeline presented in Genesis, it is plausible that Adam and Eve had other children besides Cain and Abel. By the time Abel was murdered, these siblings could have been of marrying age. This would mean that Cain's wife was likely one of his sisters or nieces. An interesting perspective comes from the Book of Jubilees, an ancient text not included in the canonical Bible. According to this text, Eve gave birth to a daughter after Abel's death. This daughter could have been a potential wife for Cain. While the Book of Jubilees is not considered part of mainstream biblical canon, it offers additional context that may help explain some gaps in the Genesis narrative. In early humanity, marriage within the family was not prohibited by God. As populations grew over time, such restrictions became necessary to prevent genetic issues and maintain social order. The concept of marrying close relatives was more acceptable during those early days when human populations were just beginning to expand. The mystery surrounding Cain's wife continues to intrigue scholars and believers alike. While we may never have a definitive answer, exploring these theories helps us appreciate the complexities and nuances of biblical narratives. What do you think about these theories? Do you have any other ideas or insights? If you enjoyed this exploration into biblical mysteries, please like this video and share it with others who might find it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to Kingdom Treasures for more intriguing biblical explorations. We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thank you for watching.